Earlier, we mentioned that President Cyril Ramaphosa is visiting the Nelson Mandela Bay Metropolitan Municipality following floods in that particular area. And to give us a little bit more detail on the story, we are joined by SABC News reporter Lerato Fekisi, who is in Kariega. Lerato, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. We see the motorcade behind you. What can we expect today following that visit from President Cyril Ramaphosa?
A very good afternoon to you. Well, the President just arrived. He was welcomed by the Minister of Corporate Governance, Thembi Kadimeng, the Eastern Cape Premier, Oscar Mabuyane, and also the NMB Mayor, Kariega. He's now going inside to a closed session where he's been briefed by various provincial and national governments who are going to give him an oversight as to what they gained in the past week when they've been here assessing the damage done. Also part of that briefing inside will be what has the operations of the mob operations been. You know that the past week has been really about mob operations, trying to ensure that they clean up and fix as much as they can after the floods. But a huge issue that I'm sure is going to be top of the agenda is to how to try and remove the people that are still in the low-lying areas that don't want to move from those areas. One of the issues here is the issue that houses that were built in low-lying areas, flood-prone areas, are ones that have been affected the most. Some of those people have been housed in community areas, but we have also heard now that many of the people that were housed are now going back to the same areas because they fear that if they leave their houses vacant for so long, they may be vandalized or be in the hands of criminals. We did speak to the NMB Mayor earlier on, Kariega, and he did say top of the agenda is to also try and ensure they build temporary structures to house those whose homes have been placed in flood-prone areas and also in areas that are prone to flooding. He also just said that there's a huge issue of housing, which I think is going to be the prime issue here, that for a long time people in the areas such as Lapland, which is where the president is going to go after this, have been for years complaining that they want to be built on land that is actually proper to live in. And for years they've been on lists, but nothing has been done. And now that this has happened, they are saying perhaps this is a wake-up call. Government doesn't need to fast-track the building of proper houses in areas that are not prone to flooding. So the briefing is currently taking place, and I'm sure many of the questions will lie around what is the way forward for people in the community halls, where do they go, how are they housed, what are the time frames for that, and then secondly, when are proper houses going to be built for these people, especially in a metro that is already having a huge backlog in terms of building houses.
Well, Lerato, we'll catch up with you in a short bit just to track developments on that side. That is SABC News reporter Lerato Fekisi.